Welcome to another episode of Spread the Word! Guys, this is our first episode of the second season.
Oh my god.
Season 2.
Yeah.
I hope it lives up to the first.
Time will tell.
So, Spread the Word is a monthly vlog that we do where we talk about our favorite books that have come out this month, and we each just kind of go through them and make awkward jokes and talk about how much we love them, and then I edit it from 30 minutes for each of us to 2 minutes. Yeah, so let's spread the word. Here we are.
Hooray.
Books are fun.
So I read Hench by Natalie, Zina, Walschots. So it's about this woman named Anna, and she works at a supervillain temp agency. So she's like, I kind of feel bad about working for villains, but not really. But in this economy, do we really want to work for like an oil conglomerate or like a corporate anything? No. So I'm just going to like lend my special skills and abilities to supervillains. Why not? So she gets this job with this supervillain called Electric Eel. And while she is on the job, they're doing like a press event where he's taken the mayor's son hostage. And Super Collider, the kind of like the equivalent of a Superman, comes in and saves everybody. But in the act of saving people, kills and injures a bunch of people too. And she's one of those people. She gets injured pretty terribly.
Because he's super strong. He just like swatted her out of the way and it like shattered her leg.
Yeah, he actually comes into her hospital room in disguise with a cop.
With the cops, yeah.
And they're like, so this happened to you, but it was the supervillain's fault, right? Like, you're just a victim of circumstance, basically. And she's like, no, it was actually that dude. Thinking that. She didn't say it.
Yeah, he's like wearing like a mustache. And she's like, it
Yeah.
was him.
Yeah. Like the usual superhero disguise where you're just like,
How does
glasses-
anyone not realize who you are?
Right,
And
glasses
maybe
do not make Henry Cavill look anything like less of Superman than he usually does. So he comes in with this cop, and he knows that he's done that to her, and doesn't show any sign of remorse. So she just kind of goes into this, like a state, like a mental, like,
She's obsessed.
depression,
Yeah.
obsessed. She's just like, feverish. And she starts doing all this research and starts gathering numbers on how much damage superheroes actually do when they're saving people. All of the property damage, all of the lives lost, she does all of that and realizes that they actually do more damage than natural disasters.
She's got that obsessed thing where she's like, people think the story gets spun that the superheroes are superheroes and like no matter what they do, it's good. But in fact, they cause a lot of harm.
Anna is my favorite kind of character. She's just like, she's super complicated. She is hyper smart.
A little self-absorbed.
Yes, she is self-absorbed. She is passionate about what she does.
And she's good at what she does.
Yes, like she kind of takes on a persona. She has her cane.
It's
That's
good.
awesome.
It's like her like villain backstory, basically.
Yeah, it's like how her origins is what this is. Yeah, she's called the. Highly recommend this. It's a good time of year for it too. You know, if you're not like a scary book reader, this is a good alternative, like a good Halloween pick for somebody that's not into horror, I think.
Yeah.
So yes, this is one of my most highly recommended books of 2020. Hench.
Okay, my pick for September is Fable. It takes place in a fantasy world that sort of has the flavor of like the North Sea between like Spain and England and the Scandinavian countries. They're all merchants. And there is underhanded stuff going on, but it's not exactly piracy. But you're introduced to Fable, who's the main character here. She's on an island where she has to scavenge for stones under the water in order to survive. And you find out from her that her father left her on this island to fend for herself. And if she could make it back to him, he would know that she was, ready for this world. Yes.
Sorry, that's just, what?
Yep. I think you're thinking that the whole time. That's like the first thing you learn about her, basically. But because she's scavenging for these stones, you find out also that she seems to have an affinity for stones. So she sort of has like a bit of a magical ability, can sense stones that like vibrate to her in like a real way. She's really good at finding these ones that she can trade, and that's how she like makes her money. At the start of the book, she is reaching kind of like a critical point because she is all alone by herself on the island, and everyone on there is very cutthroat, and the other divers are realizing that she has some kind of cache somewhere, and she is worried that someone's going to find where she's hidden all of her money and the stones to sell and like rob her. And she's saving it all up so she can get passage to Saros, where she knows her father Saint is, and so she can make it back to him and like prove to him that she is worthy to make it on his ship and like sail with him.
Just forget him,
even
girl.
though he is not worthy of her.
No,
Right.
for sure.
So you learn that she's been selling to this captain named West, who sails the Marigold, and he comes to the port where like they do all the trades and stuff. The action all kind of gets started because she's almost drowned by another diver who is trying to steal her stuff. She like gets out of that situation, gets her stuff, and like races to the Marigold and is like, "Please take me on." And since it's all sort of happening quickly, he like lets her on, and they're like pulling off, like the ship is leaving, and so she gets on, and then the rest of the crew is pretty annoyed. It's not a very big crew. They're like, she seems like a liability, so like her whole goal is to get there. She tells the crew members like what she wants to do. She's like, I want to go to Saint and ask him to be part of his crew, and she doesn't tell them that he's her father because she knows like he doesn't want anyone to know that she's his daughter because like they could use it against him. They're like, he's never gonna let you on. Like, that's ridiculous. Why would you be
big
banking
celebrities
on this?
kind of thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because he's super famous. Along the way, there's obviously like a lot of sexual tension between Wes and Fable, but like they're captain and crew, and it's like, you know, you can't love people, and you can't like let, you know, open yourself to be hurt in certain ways. So there's like that too. It's super good. The world building's amazing. I think that Fable is a really complex character. If you immediately say like her dad's terrible, you can tell like she has this like mythos about him, and you know it's coming, but she has to be crushed by it to learn from it, and that's like kind of the journey they go on. And it definitely leads into there's going to be a sequel. Apparently, I'm super into seafaring young adult fiction.
There is some of that.
Yeah. I am going to talk this month about The Silver Arrow by Lev Grossman. So this is a middle grade novel. Let's be clear.
Your children can read this.
They can. So in this book, Kate and her brother Tom are gifted a train by their eccentric Uncle Herbert. It's not a toy train though. It's a real train.
Oh,
wow.
A real
It's a
train.
real
he gets
train.
them.
It's a real train. And Kate and Tom are at home, and they're like having all kinds of bickering with their mother and father, and it's Kate's birthday. She's turning an age. So Uncle Herbert shows up, and then he shows up, and there's a train in the front yard on the street. Her parents are pissed.
Obviously.
Yeah.
And Kate's like, but it's my train now. It's my train now. I love it. It's my train. And so Uncle Herbert is like, oh, you don't want it in the front yard? No worries. I already had it the next morning. He's like, it's in the backyard now. Okay. I had a crew move it and install tracks.
Uncle Herbert is my kind of uncle.
So it's in the backyard, and Kate and Tom are exploring it, and then the train starts to like spark. And it seems like it's trying to move. The furnace starts glowing. And Uncle Herbert's like, get off that train right now. This was a mistake. I should not have done this. I thought it would be a good gesture. Kate's like, nope, I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Because apparently there are old tracks through the woods that
Convenient.
have been connected. That's how they built.
How did Herbert not see this happening? Was he really like?
We will get there. We will get there. So they go on this journey.
Just imagining him being like, no, children, get off.
Get off! Get off!
Get off the train. Bye.
And so they stop and they pick up passengers. Kate has to like check their tickets. Animals are getting on.
Oh.
All kinds of animals. You travel through like multiple continents. They take on these animals and learn that all of these animals are running away because their habitats are endangered.
Oh no.
Oh, I knew that was where it was going.
Yeah. So you have that aspect, and then there's also the train reaches its end. There's a big reveal at that point, and the train itself is a big character. They go through their own journey on the actual literal journey. It's really good. I really enjoyed it, and it really was just like terribly entertaining, and like all of the animals have amazing personalities. There's a baby pangolin
Oh,
that I kept thinking was it's very mysterious and adorable.
Yeah.
Oh, and at one point there's a roving band of
What?
some kind of desert rodent that tries to take over the train, but they don't have a ticket. They're not allowed on.
They don't try to take over the train and then like Old West Bandit type thing.
Well, they sort of do try, but they're not successful.
Desert rodent.
It was a delightful romp. I really loved going with Kate and Tom on their journey on the Silver Arrow and learning about all these great animals. It would be a good read aloud as well,
Yeah.
for sure.
Do I see a desert rodent?
Do I see a penguin?
Uncle Herbert, get off the windshield! Okay.
See you next time.
Bye, we love you.
See you at the next station.
Bye.